Right off the top, I want to ask you to please join us in praying for the victims and their families in Sunday's horrific tragedy in the Milwaukee suburb of Waukesha, where someone drove a red SUV at a high speed through a police line and plowed into a Christmas parade. At least 5 people are known dead at the time of the recording, and more than 48 injured, including children. Police have arrested a suspect whose name and face has been identified widely. I won't give his name because I don't want to make criminals to be famous. But he's a career criminal, a registered sex offender with a history of resisting arrest, obstruction, battery, statutory sexual seduction, strangulation and suffocation, property destruction, illegal firearm possession, drug-related charges, domestic violence, and bail jumping. Yet despite that record, he was just released from jail 2 days ago on 3 misdemeanor and 2 felony charges after posting cash bail of just $1,000. There were a number of disgusting comments from the left on social media trying to tie the assault to the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. It takes an awful lot of not raised right to use something like this to try to score cheap political points. But that's just how badly social media has eroded basic human decency. Many of the tweets were deleted after the arrest came, but the truth didn't appear to be helpful to their cause at all. Sadly, some didn't even have enough shreds of decency left to realize just how awful they were being. Well, while we pray for the victims, we should also pray for a moral reawakening as well. On the subject of people spouting ridiculous lies about the Rittenhouse trial and ridiculous people believing them, here are a couple of the worst offenders, and to nobody's surprise, one is a university Twitter account, and the other, an MSNBC host.
We scream Black Lives Matter, but it doesn't matter enough for these people who are in power, the jury, the judge, anybody, to charge this man with murdering and taking away 2 beautiful Black lives at the ripe ages of 26 and 36.
I find these people disgusting, Ellie. I'm disgusted at what I'm seeing. It's not just this trial, it's other trials. But this in particular, the fact that white supremacists roam the halls of Congress freely and celebrate this little murderous white supremacist, and the fact that he gets to walk the streets freely, it lets you know these people have access to instituting laws. They represent the legislative branch of this country.
It's like she's asking for a defamation lawsuit from Rittenhouse. And believe me, those are coming. Tucker Carlson got the first post-trial interview with Kyle Rittenhouse. You didn't think it would be CNN or MSNBC, did you? It aired on his Fox News show Monday night. During the interview is when Rittenhouse says that the trial was never about race, it was about self-defense. He also says he's not a racist person and he supports the BLM movement as well as peaceful protest. That must be why he didn't choose CNN, because their definition of a peaceful protest is not all of the buildings are on fire. And he had this to say when Tucker asked him if he planned on holding to account those who lied about him.
I have really good lawyers who are taking care of that right now. So I'm hoping one day there will be accountability for their actions that they did.
Okay, so you're intent on you're not going to let that go.
Like I said, really good lawyers are handling that.
Yeah.
I hope Rittenhouse owns these goons by the time he's through with them. The networks who lied about him deserve nothing less than being completely disassembled and sold for parts. America sure would be a better place if that actually happened. When media intentionally mislead and outright lie to the public, they genuinely live up to President Trump's name for them, the enemy of the people. As irresponsible politicians, activists, celebrities, and journalists continue trying to gin up riots over the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict while repeating debunked lies about the case, one of the more aggravating cliches to me is their claim that in our racist system, a young black man who shot someone would never be acquitted on grounds of self-defense. I guess they were so preoccupied ranting angrily and ignorantly that they failed to notice that on the exact same day that Rittenhouse was acquitted by a jury of his peers, a verdict came in on the case of Andrew Coffey IV in Gifford, Florida, which is a red state, by the way. Coffey was charged with the murder of his girlfriend, Alteria Woods, and the attempted murder of 4 sheriff's deputies after they staged a raid on his home in the middle of the night. Police claimed that they announced their presence, but Coffey claimed he was asleep. He thought a flashbang set off by deputies was gunfire by home invaders, and he grabbed his gun and fired. Deputies returned fire. Coffey's attorneys argued that he believed he was acting in self-defense, and the jury agreed, acquitting him on 5 of the 6 charges. He was found guilty on being a felon in possession of a gun, but that was kind of hard to argue with. Unlike Rittenhouse, who, despite the many false claims of his critics, did have a legal right to carry the gun and didn't take it across state lines. So there's an example of how the legal system in America really operates, when it operates fairly, and when it isn't tainted by politics and mob threats. Anyone, regardless of race, can assert their right to fire a gun in self-defense, in this case, even at police officers, and if a jury of his fellow citizens who examine all the testimony and evidence agrees, then he's acquitted. You can agree or disagree with any particular trial outcome, but don't attack the system unless you can come up with a better one. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you'll leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the video. And do consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell. If you'd like more of my news analysis and commentary, sign up for my completely free newsletter. That's right, it really is free. Get it twice a day, delivered to your email. And all you have to do is go to MikeHuckabee.com to sign up. That's going to do it for this edition of The Breakdown. I'm Mike Huckabee.